Lawyers, have you ever regretted taking a case? I've defended some questionable people before, but this case was on a whole different level. It was an assault trial, and the evidence against my client was damning. Her name was Rachel, and from the moment I met her, something felt off. She was charming, maybe too charming, and everything about her seemed rehearsed. She wasn't anxious, she wasn't upset, and she didn't seem concerned about being accused of something she claimed she didn't do. She just sat there with this unsettling, practiced demeanor, like she was playing a role. The case was straightforward. A college student named David was found badly beaten outside a campus library. He had a fractured skull and broken ribs, and there were no signs of a mugging. The last person seen with him was Rachel. They had been studying together, and an hour later, he was unconscious. Her hair was found at the scene, her car was spotted on security footage nearby, and the prosecution was certain they had their perpetrator. I should have lost, but Rachel had an explanation, and legally, it held just enough water. She said they had finished studying. She drove him partway home, and then he got out to walk the rest. She even had a text from his phone thanking her for the ride. The timestamp showed it was sent after the attack supposedly happened, which created just enough uncertainty for the jury. The trial should have been clear-cut. The prosecution had physical evidence, history of arguments between them, and a timeline that made sense. But I kept challenging the narrative. The hair could have transferred during their study session. The car footage was grainy and didn't show her face. The text, even though it seemed suspicious, could have been sent before the attack and delayed. The biggest opportunity came from a procedural error by the responding officer. Before Rachel was properly Mirandized, she had been recorded on body cam saying something damaging. She had said, "He had it coming." It wasn't a full admission, but it was compelling. If the jury had heard it, I don't think there would have been any doubt. But because of that error, that evidence was excluded. When the verdict came back, I knew before they announced it, not guilty. I turned to look at Rachel, expecting some kind of emotion or even appreciation, but she just smiled. It wasn't the smile of an innocent person who had just been vindicated. It was like she had expected this outcome all along. She leaned in to shake my hand and said, "Thanks for believing in me." I don't know why, but that was the moment it crystallized. She had done it. I had suspected it throughout, but hearing her say that made me nauseous. I had done my job. I had prevailed, but I had let someone dangerous go free. A few months later, I saw her name in the news again. Another student, same type of injuries. This time, they had surveillance footage. This time, there were no procedural mistakes to exploit. I stopped taking violent crime cases after that.